Friends, welcome to Selenium with C has training session 18. In today's session, I will discuss how you can send keys and click an element using IJavascript executor interface. So you already seen, right? In case of normal element, right? In case it's a web edit box, then with the help of send we can pass identify the element, and with the help of send keys method, right, we can send or enter the value, right? And even if it's a click or button, with the help of click method we can simply click on that link or hyperlink or the button. But sometimes, right, web edit box or the link or the button, right, those operations might not work. In case those are pages is already built with JavaScript, sometime it can create problem, right? With the help of send keys you will not able to enter the value in the web edit box, or with the help of click method, right, you are not able to click the link or hyperlink or the button. So to avoid this thing, in case you are unable to do the operation, right, so IJavascriptExecutor plays a pivotal role. It has already set of methods which will definitely work in those cases, right? So definitely IJavascriptExecutor is an interface, so we need to create an object or instance for that interface with the help of driver typecasting. Because it's interface, you cannot directly create an object or instance. And in the IJavascriptExecutor there is two method available. One is the execute script, one is the execute asynchronous script. And with the help of execute script, right, there are a lot of important methods available, and through which we can in case it's a edit box, right, we can perform the operations like we can enter the value which will be similar to send keys, and in case it's a link or hyperlink or a button, we can perform the operation called click. Okay, now let's see how we can perform the different operation with the help of IJavascriptExecutor interface, right? So this is the Visual Studio. I am already created a project, Selenium WebDriver tutorial, and this is my start point is the class. I am creating object or instance for the IJavascript interface and new Chrome driver class, maximizing it, and I am passing the URL, right, for that ready login page. Now say I want to perform the operation on the username field, right? So I need to inspect the element first, that what are the properties is there, web element locator technique is available for the username. So here you could see, right, the ID is there, name is there. With any of them, right, we can identify the element, right? So here we will not use the send keys. So okay, so in case you want to enter some value in the web edit box, we will use two different approach. So let's first create a object or instance for the IJavascriptExecutor interface. So it's actually interface I already mentioned, right? So we directly cannot create an object or instance. We need to typecast the driver object whatever you created for the WebDriver interface. That's why we will create the object or instance for the Java. So driver, you can see it's working now. Then with the help of that one, right, whatever object we created for the IJ, we will be calling the execute script, and then we will use document.getElementBy. Document.getElementBy. We can use any of the web element locator. It can be ID, it can be class names, jse.ExecuteScript, right? So here I'll be using the ID. So I can use the ID, and here I can provide the ID reference. So it will be first bracket and within the single quote, right, not the double quote. So you already see the ID is login one. So I'll be using that one, which is unique in nature here. So ID, and then instead of send key, right, I will be using the method which will be value, and here I need to pass the value within the single quote. So suppose say I want to enter, suppose say value is my name, okay, and I need to close it, and another bracket I need to close it, and let's close with semicolon. Okay, now save it and see why the error message is coming. Okay, and I need to enclose with the double quote, right? So that is the reason it is showing the error. So I need to enclose with double quote. here I need to enclose with double quote. Okay, I think error message is gone. So that is the one way, right? I can identify the element with the help of get element ID, name, or export to CSS, and I need to provide that information. I will be calling the value method and will be providing that value whatever I want to deal with it, right? So that is the one way through which, without calling the Sendkeys method, I can identify the element and I can enter some value in case it is a web edit text box. So in case Sendkey is not working, so definitely you can try with the IJavascriptExecutor interface methods and you can try to enter the value. This is the, with the help of IJavascriptExecutor, this is the one approach through which, without using the Sendkeys methods, right, I can enter some value in the web edit box. So you can see page is getting load and it will identify the page with the help of getElementBy locator. Okay, here some error messages coming. Okay, JavaScript error, document.getElement. Okay, let's try to check. So document.getElementById, I'll be using login 1, then dot value. Okay, I will be using same way. Okay, so you need to give dot value and then equal to sign and then your value whatever you want to enter, right? Now let's try to run the script once more and let's see with the help of ExecuteScript method, right, without calling the Sendkeys method, are you able to enter the value or not in the required field. Definitely the field should be text field, web edit text field. So you can see the page will be open here. Facebook, sorry, ready login page will be open. It will identify the element and will enter the value, right? Okay, so it's working properly. So that is the one options, right, through which I can enter some value in the web edit box. Okay, so let's comment out. This is the one approach. First approach through which we can enter the value in the Sendkeys in the web edit box. Another approach, I can identify the web edit box with the help of any of the element locator. So I'll be creating an object or instance and I'll be storing in the IJavascript element. So suppose say the field name is login field, right? Login text field. Text I can use it and I can identify the field with any kind of element locator, driver.find element. So same idea, I will be identifying it, right? It can be XPath, it can be partial text, it can be link text, anything. With any web element locator technique, you can identify the element and you can store it some variable which will be web element in nature. So suppose say it's login 1. So that's why I am identifying the element. The next is, then I will be calling the ExecuteScript method, right? So IJSE.ExecuteScript method, ExecuteScript. Here I will be just doing that operation. Argument 0.value equal to the value whatever I want to pass it, and then it will be filled, right? Okay, so that's why I will be doing it. So I can copy paste the same line here from my code here instead of writing. So that part I can do it. Okay. So suppose I want to enter the value called Haradhan Pal and this field name is login text, right? So I will be first storing whatever web edit box I want to operate on. I will be storing the relevant storing the in IJavascript element with the relevant different web element locator technique, ID, name, partial link text, CSS, anything. And then with the help of ExecuteScript, I will be using argument 0.value equal to value, and here I am providing the reference of the web element, right? So that is the another approach, right, through which we can and enter value in the web edit box with the help of IJavascriptExecutor interface. So let's try to run the code and let's see whether the value is getting entered or not in the corresponding field. So it will definitely identify first the element in the page, which is login one ID, which is the email field, or sorry, field, and then it will be entering the value accordingly. So we are in both the approach we are not using Sendkeys method at all, right? But still we are able to identify the field and able to enter the value in the web edit box. So you can see the lady page is getting open and the value is getting entered. So this is the two approach, right, through which we can identify the element and we can enter the value in the web edit box. Okay. Then now the next thing is that how you can identify a link or hyperlink or button, right, and with the help of IJavascriptExecutor interface, how you can perform the operation called click, right? So here, suppose say there is a web link available, right, in the web page called forgot password, right? So let's try to inspect the element forgot password, right? So let's try to inspect the element. What is the thing? So definitely any kind of link or hyperlink we can easily identify with the help of link text, right? So here I can mention that forgot password link, that is my variable where I am storing it with the help of link text, right, by dot link text. So I will be storing it in that variable. I am identifying it, the element, with the help of link text. I am storing it. The next thing is that how I can click on the operation. So we need to use the ExecuteScript method, then argument 0 dot simply click, and we need to provide the reference of the element where I want to perform the operation of the link, right? So here it will be the variable name I have changed it will be IJAC, right? And then ExecuteScript method, argument 0, the click operations, and here I need to change it, right? Only the reference I need to change it, which is the web element reference. Now here IJAC, okay, sorry, I have written the IJavascriptExecutor after the code, so it will not work. In case you want to use any variable, right, so that should be declared before that, or that need to be created before you are using. In case you are using it after that, it will not work, right? So this is the very object or instance I am creating for the IJavascriptExecutor. So that should be created before I am using it, right? So now this is the approach I will be using it. I am creating object or instance for the IJavascriptExecutor. Whatever link, hyperlink or button I want to perform the operation, I am identifying it and I am storing in some web element. Then with the help of that variable IJavascriptExecutor variable or object, with the help of execute method, I am clicking the operation where I am passing the reference of the element, which way I want to click on that, right? This is the operation here. Now let's start click on the start button and let's see whether page is getting opened or not. And after that, once page is fully loaded, it will identify the link or hyperlink or the button, and with the help of IJavascriptExecutor method execute script, right? So it will be identify the element, it will be perform the operation called click. So it will be clicking that, it will navigate to the next page. So you can see forgot password link is getting clicked, right, and it is navigating to the next page. So my script is working completely fine. So you already see, right, the two approach. In case the web edit, send key method is not working, so with the help of IJavascriptExecutor, you can go with the two approach where you can enter the value without calling the send keys method, and here without using the click method completely available in the WebDriver interface, right? So you can identify the element, and with the help of IJavascriptExecutor interface, you can create an object or instance, and then with the help of execute script, right, you can just click on the link, hyperlink and button. So that are the different operation perform. You can, in case your like click operation or the send keys method is not working, in case for a particular page where like JavaScript is used, in case it is not working, you can try this option. Hopefully it should work. Okay, so that's all from today's session. Thank you.